Welcome back, guys. Today's video is going to be on some rumors that I found floating around on Reddit. Special thanks to Vegeta's for helping me find some of those. And today's rumors are kind of funny because it's a two-part thing. So it was posted by the same person, and some of the stuff in part 2 contradicts part 1. So I'm assuming what they're just doing is just sharing whatever they found, and it isn't something that they themselves got from just personal experience or working at Nintendo or having an uncle that works at Nintendo. So we're going to look at them and probably have some fun with them. They're most likely going to be really funny and probably extremely fake and wrong. But we're going to look at them anyways because that's always fun. Roll that intro. Alright guys, so as usual I'll be putting up on screen so you guys can follow along with me, and I'll just read and give you my thoughts. The first one starts off with Score Bunny becomes Fire Fairy. Yeah, I bet it does. Grookey becomes Grass Dark.
Whack.
Alright. Sobble becomes Water Ghost. You already know the themes of these Pokemon. We sure do. Unfortunately, Armor Evolution is a thing. I am not a big fan of it myself. Thus, no new Mega Evolutions. Okay. I guess we Mega Evolution's already almost a confirmed thing at this point with them already doing I think a copyright for the Armored Mewtwo, but that could be something for the new movie, so I don't want to go ahead and say that that's a real thing. That's 100%. The Swords of Justice, 2 of which I am not going to try to actually pronounce. The only one I'm aware of the actual pronunciation is Terrakion, and I probably messed that up too. So make a return and get a new Armor Evolution. Not sure about Keldeo though. Now that would be weird. For all of them to be considered the Swords of Justice, and 3 of them get Armored Evolutions, but Keldeo, which is, I'm not sure if it would be the most famous one, the most popular one. I'd imagine it would be. To me, it would be the most popular one. Didn't get one. That's a little bit strange to me. Alright, moving on. The Battle Frontier. The Battle Frontier is accessible post-game and is found in the London area. Yes, this means the London area is only accessible post-game as well. So when I think about the UK or Great Britain, London definitely comes to mind, and it would be really a ginormous missed opportunity if this was actually real, which I'm pretty sure this is fake anyways. But London, the main city, the largest city, is only accessible post-game. Now, it would make more sense if London is accessible and then a part of it is under construction until the post-game, and that's where the Battle Frontier or the Battle Tower is. This makes 0 sense to me, to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of this theory. There is no island. What you see is what you get. Okay. That's fair. It's fair. I mean, if the Battle Frontier, going off of this rumor, is going to be in London, then there wouldn't really be any reason to add any extra islands. I think we got a lot of islands out of the Ultra Sun DLC, which that game, those 2 games were definitely DLC, but I digress. We got enough islands from Sun and Moon, that era. The legendary dragon etched on the hillside is Flying Electric. Flying Electric. Would they do that again? Because we already have Zapdos. Would they do a Flying Electric as a... I guess repeats doesn't really matter as long as the stats are different, but I mean, that seems like a big missed opportunity to do a different typing. We don't have certain typings don't even exist. I think the only pure flying type we have is Tornadus, I believe. Okay, moving on. No Kalos, no other region. Again, what you see is what you get. Wait for the next game to get multiple regions. Oh yeah, he knows what's going on in the next game, guys. This guy, he definitely works for Nintendo. Everything's real here. Everything checks out. Alright, there is a mythical that is very dark. It seems loosely based off of Puck. Reminds me of Zoroark in both abilities and appearance. So Puck would be that thing from the folklore, if I remember correctly. It reminds me of like a fawn. If you guys remember The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Mr. Tumnus, he was, I believe his classification, the beast he was a fawn. So a mythical that's very dark, loosely based on Puck, reminds me of Zoroark. I'm not sure if Puck's origins, if the person who wrote that that folklore was from Great Britain, but so Zoroark's ability is that thing where you whatever Pokemon's in the last slot, he takes on their appearance and then after one hit. So another Pokemon having the same exact ability, it wouldn't necessarily undermine Zoroark, because I mean, who's really playing Zoroark nowadays in the meta? But or VGC double battles, I'm not really. I don't buy it. Okay, those set of rumors were funny, laughable. So we'll move on to the next set, the second one right here. Okay, 85 new Pokemon, 80 available, 4 unavailable, 1 DLC. What does unavailable mean? Let me try to. Okay, so I guess Mew in the first generation would be unavailable because it was like an event only thing, if you don't count like the glitches and whatever else they had going on with Mew. But like unavailable, is that a thing that Pokemon does? And then DLC, does Pokemon doesn't do DLC? Actually, no, that's not true. Pokemon definitely does. They do DLC, excuse me, because Ultra Sun and Moon was definitely DLC. $60 worth of it. Trash. But 4 unavailable. That's a weird way of wording it. I mean, they could just say event Pokemon or some of the sort. I'm not sure when's the last time that they did Pokemon that are completely unavailable. I think Zero Aura would have been the last one. Except, yeah, unavailable would mean event, I'm assuming. So starters, they are all physical type Pokemon. Yeah. That makes sense. Perfect. Fire Ground. Fast is ground type. What? Okay. Water Ice. Very strong. Water defense, weaker than Cloyster in defense. His gimmick is debuffing. What is his gimmick? Like his special move is like something that takes away someone's special or stat or something? Is that what like his gimmick is? Very strong water defense. Weaker than Cloyster in defense. It sounds like they're trying to describe Lapras. That's what I feel like this is trying to describe, like Lapras. New Galore forms for generation 1, 2, 3, and 6. See, mostly 1 and 6. I can probably believe that they're pandering more to generation 1 because the whole Mewtwo and Charizard thing for sure. Generation 6 is kind of believable because I'm expecting something to come out of this whole Galore Kalos thing. Now, Generation 3, I'm unsure if they would do that because we definitely got a lot of Generation 3 with ORAS, and Generation 2 hasn't really had that much support. I would love to see a lot of Generation 2 get regional variants. Like I heard Hoot may get one Noctowl. That would be awesome to see them actually get some love. New Megas, very few for every generation except 7, 1 to 3. Very few for every generation except 7. What? Okay, I would think that 7 would be the one to... Yeah, okay, no, 7 Sun and Moon, I'm tripping. That's weird. I doubt they're gonna go back to the whole Mega Evolution thing. I think they've kind of done away with it. They've kind of headed straight towards this. They went on with Z moves and they're going to this new this Armor Evolution thing. Mewtwo gets a new form of Mega Evolution. It is man created. Man created. That's a good phrase right there. Based on Mewtwoite, Y and X. There are 2 professors. So instead of an armored evolution, they're saying it's getting a new Mega Evolution. So we're getting Mewtwo Z. Makes sense. I like that. That's thinking outside the box right there. Curveball. There are 2 professors. That's nothing new because I mean we've had 2 professors before with Professor Elm and Oak being in the same games. I mean, it's nothing special. Looker is revealed. Now, this is going to be interesting. Looker is revealed as being from Galore. Plays big role in the story. I knew he was British. I knew it. He looked like he was a tea drinker. Makes sense. He isn't called Looker anymore and acts for the player for his help. I almost had a seizure reading that. To help out more about, find out more about the International Police Department. Okay, yeah. That's weird. That's a weird name for it. He thinks bad people have infiltrated it. This has been the case for a few years, and now he thinks it's time to act before something big happens. Throughout the story, we've revealed what he has done in other regions, especially in Kanto and Kalos. Was Looker in Let's Go Pikachu? I don't remember, but this sounds like a pretty cool thing to have him have a bigger part. I think he's made cameo appearances, he's made appearances, not cameo appearances, in some of the games. I think that's it's pretty awesome for him to make an appearance again, have a bigger part. I wonder if this is true, which it's probably not. Most of the stuff is probably 100% false, but let's go on the assumption that it is. What would they call him other than Looker? Are we gonna get his real name? Is Looker like a title or a nickname? Okay, moving on. But I definitely want to see some more about Looker, because I think he was supposed to have a bigger part in some games and they just didn't give it to him. I'm not sure why. Cyrus is back for a bit. Cyrus would be the Team Plasma. He's definitely the Team Plasma guy, Team Plasma leader, whose his plot or plan just didn't make sense. I kind of didn't understand it when I was growing up playing those games. Has a new outlook on Pokemon and helps the main character find the evil team. Now, what would be his motive for doing that, or is it just because? If that's real. Okay. Alright, that'd be cool if he made an appearance, but he has to have a reason for doing that. I would believe more that it would be Giovanni to do something like that, given the last time we saw him. Yeah, this would line up perfectly with some of the things with Giovanni as of recent times. There is no evil team for the most part of the game. They're hidden as another organization. That sounds like the Ether Foundation and the Team Skull. Sounds like a rehash. Later revealed as Team Royal, it is managed by only 5 people. They have no grunts. So that means you're only going to 5 battles out of the evil team. You're not going to have any grunts. So who are you going to battle? Normally, we storm their stronghold and take out all their grunts and then fight like 1 or 2 people, and then if not, the boss. So who would we fight if they didn't have any grunts? What? Like, okay. Guys, these you take this with like heavy grains of salt, because most of this stuff is just people making it up based off of other things that they saw, or that one leak, and they're just making things off of it. It's just, wow, the extent some people will go to try to make you believe them. I don't know. It's some cool ideas definitely here with the whole Looker thing. Everything else just seems like it was just I'm just trying everything. I'm just throwing things to the wall to see what sticks. I'll definitely do some more of these, because I actually enjoy reading these and thinking about it for a little bit, but not thinking too hard, because it's just nonsense. So that's going to do it for today's video. I'll probably upload another video pretty soon, hopefully with my schedule permitting, with all the stuff I have going on. And that'll be it. Dom out.